Those of you who are subscribed to me, you guys know that I've been learning Korean for quite a while now, and I've always been trying to make lots of videos for you guys to help you with your grammar, pronunciation, I don't know, sentence formation, whatever it is. And I've also made a couple of videos about tips and tricks that might help you with your own self-learning, whether you're doing it on your own or you're doing it as a supplementary to your school classes, university classes, your parents teaching you, whatever it is. So today I decided to make one of these videos once again, where I'll be discussing an additional supplement that you guys can use, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever, to make your Korean learning more fun, more interesting, more interactive, but at the same time actually help you with things like listening comprehension, vocabulary builder, even reading comprehension, really, for some of it. So, from the title of the video, you guys realize that we'll be talking today about Korean dramas and Korean TV shows, and which one of those are actually more beneficial for your personal Korean learning. One of the most popular questions I always get is, do you watch anything Korean with subtitles? And a short answer is yes, I do. But a long answer would be, I don't need to though. So don't feel bad if you need to use subtitles. I adore subtitles. I am so for subtitles because for me personally, they're a way to track my progress. So let's say 2-3 years ago, I would be using subtitles all the time, and I wouldn't understand anything that is going on the screen if I wouldn't be reading subtitles. But as I've progressed with my Korean learning, I began to realize that, oh my god, I don't really need to use the subtitles anymore. I could catch myself understanding whatever people are speaking about even before reading the subtitles. So that was an absolutely amazing feeling. When you teach yourself a language, you don't really have any milestones that you can achieve, like tests or quizzes. Of course you can test and quiz yourself, but I don't know, it just doesn't give you the same satisfaction as, let's say, getting 100 on a school quiz. So realizing that I don't really need to use subtitles anymore was a really great confidence booster for me and my Korean learning. As for the pros and cons of Korean TV shows against Korean dramas, I would say in dramas, the dialogues are very scripted, they're very structured, and they are quite far away from the real day-to-day Korean conversations, unfortunately. Even though recently there have been dramas that try to incorporate a lot of typical day-to-day Korean life and depict how people actually live, but still, there are dialogues that are written by writers, and actors rehearse these dialogues and they have to pronounce everything really clearly. They usually speak much slower than people do in real life, so that is a pro and a con in itself. So when it comes to Korean TV shows, I would say the dialogues are not scripted. Yes, there's still a plot, but in variety shows, for example, everything is ad-lib, everything is improvised, whatever they're talking about, it's very natural. Something happens and they react to it, so there's no pre-scripted dialogues, and that is something that is very close to Korean daily speech, and we get to hear a lot of slang and a lot of popular expressions at that moment in time, so that is a really great way to get into like the really true juicy everyday life Korean. Once again, is this a pro? Is this a con? Not really sure. This all depends on your level of Korean at the moment. So I personally, once again, I repeat, this is my opinion, just me, okay? I would suggest for beginners who are not yet comfortable with how sentences are formed, they don't have a big vocabulary, I would say stick with Korean dramas and try to really listen carefully, understand sentence formation, understand when the sentence ends and starts, maybe pick out some words that you hear really often, and the beautiful thing about dramas is that they're really clear. Whatever they say it really clearly with really good pronunciation, so this is a way for you to practice your pronunciation as well, because if you hear how the actors pronounce things in their native Korean accent very nicely and very emphasized, you would have higher chances of mimicking that in your own Korean when you speak. When it comes to intermediate and advanced learners, I would say Korean TV shows are like right there down your alley because you already know a lot about Korean, or maybe you know enough to navigate yourself around a Korean text or let's say Korean conversation. So what you really need is expanding your vocabulary, expanding your grammar, so learning other ways to say things that you already know how to say. So that is something Korean TV shows are amazing for because they show you the real life talk and they show you all sorts of different ways how to say the same thing, because all the different cast members, they can say the exact same thing in a bit of a different way because that's just how they speak. Because all of us, when we speak our native language, we have a certain way of saying things. Like, I have certain speech patterns that I use in all of my lessons, and that is really interesting to notice because it just expands your way of speaking and expressing the same thing in Korean so much. So that is what I do. Before all of you bash me for suggesting and telling everyone what to do without being fluent in Korean myself, I just want to let you know that this is just my way of helping you guys find out something new. Let's say if you never thought about watching Korean TV shows and you watch this video, you might go and start watching them. And the TV show that I recommend is Running Man. Oh my god, it is the life of me. I've been a fan of it since episode 1 and I've seen every single episode. Wow, all 320 of them. What I really love it for is that it has a lot of writing, Korean writing on the screen as the episode goes. And whatever the cast members are saying is actually written on the screen, maybe in a different way, once again, or in the same way. So you actually get to listen and read at the same time, the same thing. So it's such an amazing learning tool. Plus it's super fun. And oh my god, I'm in love with all the cast members. Seriously, I can't even pick a favorite one. So going back to my point, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to guide your learning. I'm actually trying to do the opposite because I get so many messages, literally every single day, emails, messages, comments, with people genuinely asking me, can you please give me your recipe of how you learned Korean? And please don't leave anything out. Give me as many details and please make it as structured as you can so that I can just follow your steps and get to the same level of Korean that you are because it seems to be working for you, so it must work for me. These kind of emails and messages just boggle my mind. I have no idea how to respond because all I'm trying to do is give you all the possible resources out there that I know and I use so that you can pick and choose your own, so that you form your own learning, because that is what self-learning is about. If you want structured conventional education, learn languages at your school, university, ask your parents to teach you, whatever. The beauty of teaching yourself something is you find your own resources and you model your way of learning according to your own personality, needs, availability, resources, whatever it is. So if you're a beginner, but you've already watched Korean TV shows and you love them and you want to continue watching them, do that. Props to you. If you're an advanced Korean learner, but you just love those Korean dramas, keep watching them. Don't use the subtitles. You know, you're doing great. This is your learning and this is your entertainment, really. Like, I'm not telling you guys to only watch Korean dramas and TV shows to learn Korean. I'm just a really weird one who kind of tries to combine both because I have a goal. I want to learn Korean. I thankfully don't have a deadline because I'm not doing it for any job, education, any other purpose. I'm just doing it for fun. I'm doing it as my own hobby, enjoyment, and I really love sharing everything I do with you guys in case it might help some of you. If it does, that just makes my day. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what your favorite TV show is. Let me know what your favorite drama is. I honestly can't pick out a favorite drama I have. I think I have a favorite category of dramas, I would say, and that is historical dramas. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, and hint hint, I might review one really soon. I don't know, you never know. Let me know what you thought about this. Let me know if you found this useful. Let me know what you do to learn Korean. I would be really happy to know, and happy for you to share it with everyone in the comment section. So comment away. That is it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful upcoming weekend. I love you all. Keep learning. Keep it up. You guys are doing great. Mwah. Annyeong.